Yo, what's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? It's Almighty Low X Low, whatever you want to call me. I don't got much time, but I did want to make a video about Boruto chapter 72. If y'all seeing this, and the clearance was made, my man used to call him Tony. They used to call him Yokio, but now he go by Sebastian. He helped me out with a little something for the intro and the artwork you probably seeing in the background. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to have a link down below. It's going to show you what he working on. Shouts out to my man Tony. That's my nigga. I hope he make it big. He don't only do, I guess you say, intros. He's versatile. He's learning. I'm trying to get Tony into graphic effects. Trying to get Tony into, you know how niggas in the videos, they have the like button just swoop up on the video, and I'm trying to get him into that too. He's good at editing, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get him, he nice. If you got any ideas, you want to work with him, his Twitter gonna be down below. Shouts out to my man Tony, and let's get started. Actually, hold on, before we continue, hold on, let me make sure, yep, my shit recording. Shouts out to the King Frieza, Lord Emperor Frieza. If you ain't see the new Dragon Ball Super chapter, my nigga Frieza black now. All hail Frieza. Alright, had to get that out the way, but you know what I mean. Let's get started on Boruto. Before I start, I just want to say, I mean, this latest chapter that we got, a lot of information, not like necessarily information like dig deep in, but this was like a setup chapter, I guess you'd say. It wasn't too much going on, but I did like the chapter. It was interesting. Let's get into it. So the chapter starts off, you're probably gonna see it on the screen now. The chapter, Momoshiki, he the chapter artwork, you know, looking like Momoshiki does, right? Chapter started out, it's Naruto, Shikamaru, and Kawaki in the room. Shikamaru trying to get answers. Now, Shikamaru, my guy. Shikamaru's my guy, but you can tell throughout this whole chapter that he's not even just this chapter. These last few chapters, he's in way over his head. He's trying to piece shit together. He's trying to be a tactician, plan, strategize, but this nigga is way over his head. He know Kawaki mad stronger than him. He know Code mad stronger than him. And he also know the Konoha trump cards in Naruto and Sasuke are now fodder ninja. Now, not fodder as in they can't beat other people. I'm pretty sure Naruto and Sasuke ain't chump, but they fodder when it's the real threat, which is right now it's Code. So they start out by Shikamaru's asking Kawaki, yo, how'd you get the karma? It don't make sense. Whatever. Kawaki's saying, yo, I don't know nothing. Amado restored my karma without my permission. I never told him to do it. I want to know why he did it, but I ain't got nothing to do with that, right? Now, Kawaki thinks Amado's dead, so he says, in any case, now that Code has captured him, do Amado motives really matter anymore, since he's likely a goner? And you see, I mean, the reader knew that Amado wasn't dead, but it was important to have this scene in for Kawaki, mainly because we get to see how dark Kawaki is getting chapter by chapter. It's very small, very slow pace, but he's getting darker and darker in the sense of, how do I say it? Yeah, I see how y'all ninjas got strong, and I see how this worked for a while, but now we're at a point where it's not really working, right? And now he's expressing that, like, all that tactician stuff, none of that matters in the face of true power. That's the long story short of what Kawaki's saying in this chapter, right? Because we scroll down, right? Kawaki continues. He says, hey, Shika, you're secretly glad, aren't you, to not have to deal with that shifty bastard, talking about Amado, right? Shikamaru get mad, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And we see Shikamaru getting mad, but it's the truth. Yo, Amado was on your ass, and now that's a deal with, that's an issue dealt with. So you don't gotta worry about that shit no more. And I like how both Amado and Kawaki are pointing out, like, yo, you don't want Kawaki and Amado are both pretty much telling Shikamaru in these latest chapters, like, yo, we see through the bullshit. You rather us not be here. You only going along with it because Naruto rocking with us. But if it was up to you, nah, we wouldn't be fucking with you. And I guess Shikamaru's taking like a... Shikamaru has an issue with this because... I don't know. We don't know the deeper end of Shikamaru's character as of yet. Because yeah, it's obvious. You know, the best thing for Konoha would be Kawaki gone, Shikamaru gone, not Shikamaru, Kawaki not gone, but Kawaki not having the whatchamacallit, the karma, Boruto not having to worry about resurrecting anymore, and Amado being dead. Honestly, that's the best thing for Konoha. Amado just has to die, but Naruto wouldn't want to do it that way. Now, when we go on along in the chapter, you know, there's a random, I don't even know who this is, random ninja, probably a Jonin, comes through. He tells Shikamaru that he has a phone call from Amado. Now, I find it crazy that Shikamaru, not that Shikamaru, but Amado is on call with Shikamaru. Like, Amado picked up the phone, called Konoha, and said, yo, I want to talk to Shikamaru. This is all real interesting because I'm sure a plot point for Shikamaru, if they're gonna take the route that, if they're gonna take this route, let me prefix this. If they're going to take this route with Shikamaru, they gotta do it effectively and they gotta stay true with the character himself. Okay, we know Shikamaru loved Konoha. We know he'll die for Konoha. We know all of that. He believed in the will of fire. If they gonna make Shikamaru truly and really the next DANZO out of Boruto, they have to do it in a way where it matches Shikamaru's character. Because honestly, right now, without Shikamaru, and I'm sure Shikamaru feels this way, without Shikamaru, Amado would have been walked all over Naruto. I mean, Shikamaru knows Sasuke is smart, but Sasuke protects Konoha away from the village. He's not an in-village type of tactician. He's more so go find information, come back, and tell people. You know what I mean? He's not a tactician, as you would say. He's not a game master, as later in the chapter Amado goes and breaks it down to him. So I mean, I found it interesting that Amado even picked up the phone to speak with Shikamaru, because Amado knows, yo, the real brains of Konoha is Shikamaru. Right? So anyway, they get to talking, right? Amado picked up the phone, he called Konoha, him and Shikamaru talking. Amado, long story short, says, yo, I'm outside of the land, I'm on the outskirts of the land of snow. It'll take me about 4 days to get over there, right? And Shikamaru's like, yeah, but what about Code? Where's his claws marks? How you alive? Like, what's going on? He like, yeah, we ain't gotta worry about Code right now. Took away the claw marks. Oh yeah, Ada's coming. She cut ties with Codes, but you gonna have to deal with the little OG Damon. You gonna have to deal with her little brother. And Shikamaru mad, like, yo, who told you to, you know what I mean? Pretty much says, who told you to offer the invite to Damon? Why you as Amado are doing things on your own, right? Shikamaru's expressing more of a sense of, yo, this is my country, this is my responsibility. Who gave you that right? But Amado throws it back in his face. He's like, yo, you don't have the right either to offer these type of things. Because if you remember the chapter before Amado got like kidnapped by Code, Ada was in the room with Shikamaru, and the first thing Shikamaru did was try to cut a deal. And that's not his place of power either. Now, if you ask me, that's also gonna, what Amado said, let me find it. That's right, you better prepare a real nice room for her. You don't want to offend her. Hold on, there's at least another, Code had at least another. So Shikamaru asks like, yo, what about the other kid? What about the other kid that we seen? What about him? And then he pretty much said, yeah, Damon, yeah. Code says, yeah, Damon, we're bringing him in too, pretty much. And Shikamaru was like, yo, we're supposed to take him in too. And Amado's like, yo, Damon's Ada's little brother, you know. They don't go anywhere without each other. They're a package deal. You invited the one, you're gonna take another. Shikamaru gets mad. He's like, yo, you had no authority to make deals like that on your own. Who said that Damon can come around? Who said that? And he said, this is why Amado a real nigga. He said, and I quote, back at you, Shikamaru, you don't have the authority either. This ain't your call to make either. This was never your call to make. Which I think is very important for Shikamaru to hear. Because that line right there is going to boost up Shikamaru's character. I do think for Shikamaru, just real quick before we go to the next part of the chapter, because pretty much this was just a phone call. Shikamaru saying, yo, we got Ada now. Yeah, Code got his limiters removed, but you know, the real issue was Ada. So we got Ada now. We got Damon who could beat Code up without his limiters. Eventually, Code's gonna die, and we're good, bro. That's what Amado's saying. Now, after this phone call, before we get to the after the phone call part, I do think, and this is, I want to point this out in the video as well, because it did happen. I do think, like I said earlier, Shikamaru's going to take more of the Danzo role, which if that happens, they got to do it and stay true with his character. Now, when I see Shikamaru in these latest chapters, he looks stressed as fuck. But it's not a stressed as of, yo, what now? Yo, what now? Yo, what now? It's a stress as in, yo, if I was really in charge, I would have been handled this. I really think that's what Shikamaru is going through in his head right now. Yo, I would have been handled this. This would have been over. I don't know why we're still doing this. I don't know why Kawaki is still chilling in the village. I don't know why fucking Code and Amado are still alive. If Shikamaru really had the strength and had the power, he would have been did that shit. Now, Shikamaru's last words were, he reached out to, who he reached out to? Did it say? I guess he reached out to somebody. He said, put out a call, summon Naruto to the Hokage office. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all. When I first read the chapter, I was just reading. I was like, okay, yes. Tell Naruto to come here. We got some shit we gotta talk about. Team 7 as well. All of them, including Kawaki. Yeah, so we got some shit we gotta talk about. But why is Shikamaru by himself in the Hokage office, summoning niggas to the office? What's going on? My first question when I seen this was, yo, Amado got a call from Shikamaru at the Hokage office and the Hokage ain't go? That didn't strike nobody as like, yo, what the fuck going on? Why does, not necessarily as in why does Naruto not care, but why does it feel like, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, I think this is very in character for Naruto, because Naruto is probably more worried about Kawaki. I'm sure, you know, we didn't see it, but I'm sure when Shikamaru left and ran out the room, Naruto and Kawaki started chopping it up, and we just didn't see it. So I'm sure that conversation happened. Now this summoning Naruto to Hokage, I think this is foreshadowing. If I had to guess, I think this is foreshadowing. Because I think Shikamaru is going to try to do something to take control over Konoha. At some point, I really do think there's going to be a civil war. And a lot of niggas are not trying to hear me. I really do think there's going to be a civil war in Konoha. I think that day, well, actually, hold on. We're going to get to that. We got to keep scrolling, right? So, bang. Shikamaru summons Boruto. So now we see Boruto. He's getting ready. Side note, I like Boruto fit. I like how he do the belt joint. I think he has a nice swagger about him. But he starts the chapter, he puts on the headband Sasuke gave him, which is very interesting, very symbolic. He touches his karma because the last time he went outside, he almost died. So this is like, okay, it's been a while since I had my last fight, so now it's time to be ready, right? So he's about to get ready, he's getting ready to leave. This is another important scene. Getting ready to leave, he's putting his shoes on at the door. Hinata come out, his mom, he said, yo, what's up? You getting ready for a mission? Boruto excited, he's smiling, he's cheesing, right? Hinata started breaking down crying. And this is where I feel Hinata. And a lot of military families would understand this. A lot of niggas in the hood would understand this. What Hinata's going through right now, waking up every day, seeing your son go outside and not knowing if he's going to come back inside, it's a heartbreaking and traumatic thing. I always said with Boruto, because it was a time of peace, there was less room to show true fear and emotion. Now that is developing up and ramping up, Kishimoto is taking full advantage of who would be feeling hurt in these scenarios. So it was very important, not only because in this scene, Hinata sees Boruto getting ready to go on his mission. Hinata first says, hey, I heard you have a mission. Is it true? Boruto pump. Yeah, it's a direct summon from Uncle Shikamaru, no less. Team 7's been on total hiatus because of my karma. And so Sarada and Mitsuki are champing at the bit. Pretty much just chomping. It's probably chomping at the bit. I'm sorry, I can't read. But anyway, they chomping at the bit. Yo, we can't wait. And Hinata see the smile on Boruto's face, and she's trying to stay strong, but then she just shed a tear. I felt that. And then she started breaking down and really crying. And Himawari's in the background. She noticing, she peeking, she's gathering intel. She in the cut, she is sneaky. She a little girl. She I think she 10, 11. You see your mom crying, you see your older brother, getting ready to go on a mission. I might be sneaking around too, seeing what the hell's going on. So that's what's happening, right? Boruto pretty much says, I'm sorry to keep making you worry. I don't know this mission's details yet. It seems to be something only my team can carry out, so I don't really have a choice, do I? And Hinata understands because she used to be a ninja, but it's still I'm still a mom too. You're still my son. I still want to see you grow as a human. I don't want you to die, bro. And here's what Boruto say: I'll come home no matter what. I promise. With confidence. And he walk out the door. You see the clouds forming around him. He look around. He look to his left. Guess who he see? The god himself, Momoshiki in the flesh. This nigga Momoshiki is an assassin, dog. He popped up whenever it's time to talk to Boruto. He pops up at the right time. The first thing he says, you promised to come home? How irresponsible, young boy. What are you doing? Boruto obviously responds back as a Uzumaki would. Very, very brash, very boisterous. You can't resurrect anymore. Why are you even around here? Why are you sticking around? And Momoshiki's like, I gotta read this. It says, let me ask you, boy, why do you still cling to your meaningless existence when you know your future holds nothing but despair? I told you that you were going to lose everything, and that moment is rapidly approaching. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, in the middle of this conversation, pretty much after this conversation, the long story short of this conversation between Boruto and Momoshiki is, yo, you really don't know what's about to happen. To me, I think Momoshiki is framing it. How do I say this? Because I don't think it's going to be Boruto. I guess you would say. Everybody used to think Boruto was inflicting all the damage. Was going to inflict all the damage, right? We seen Boruto get his eye chopped off, right? We seen Boruto in the time skip at the beginning with Sasuke's cloak and headband, right? So we all thought cloak, headband, and sword. So we all thought Boruto killed Sasuke, right? And then we see how he got the headband. So it's maybe he didn't, right? I don't think Boruto or Momoshiki in this next up and coming quote unquote despair part is going to be the reason why. How would I say? Damn. You know what? Let me think, y'all. Because the other part of it is when Momoshiki originally put Boruto, when he originally gave Boruto the karma, he said, yo, that blue eye of yours is going to ruin everything. So, damn. Who knows? Who really knows? I don't think it's all going to be all Boruto's fault. I think something drastic is going to happen to make Boruto snap. And then once Boruto snaps, Boruto himself is going to cause more pain. And then he's going to have to either Sasuke is going to have to stop him, which I don't see. Kawaki maybe can stop him, depending on the situation. He loses the code maybe. I don't know. Something's going to stop Boruto, and then I think him and Sasuke are going to go train, away from the village. And Sasuke, because when you think about it, who really knows true despair in Konoha? Naruto, his dad, but yeah. And then it's Sasuke, who really know. Sasuke killed his brother, long story short. You know, niggas say, oh, Sasuke really didn't kill him. Itachi wanted to lose on purpose. No matter what the fuck you talking about, Sasuke had to watch his brother die after fighting him. Sasuke participated in killing his brother, and then he found out the real truth, which drove Sasuke crazy. So the only person that could stop Boruto from going crazy would be Sasuke, because Sasuke would be, depending on what happens to Boruto, Sasuke would be the only one to really understand. I don't think it has anything to do with Hinata or Himawari. I'd be surprised if it has anything to do with internal Team 7. Maybe Konohamaru died for some reason. I mean, I don't know why he's still alive. I think he's just alive to die soon. So maybe it's that. But something crazy is gonna happen. That's what I think. Now, also during this conversation, Momoshiki explains a little bit how he would be able to take over Boruto. He says, yo, as soon as you lose your will to live, I'm taking over. Which is kind of like Kurama, but kind of not, because Kurama in Naruto had the seal. He had the spiral drawn in his belly button, and then it was sealed even more by Orochimaru for a little while. So it was hard for it wasn't only Naruto's willpower keeping it together, it was also a seal. It was two things. With this, it's literally Boruto's willpower staying strong. Boruto saying, yo, nah, I'm really gonna, do what I gotta do. Shit crazy, young. So they have this conversation. Momoshiki says, yo, your fate's already decided, bro. You are going to see despair. It's going to happen soon. And Boruto, as the Uzumaki is, he gets real loud. He's frustrated. Hold up, you bastard. Where you going? Yo. Hey. Where you going? Sarada and Mitsuki show up. Sarada and Mitsuki is kind of like, yo, you already ready for the mission? That's crazy. Sarada and Mitsuki take Boruto being hyped like this as he's ready for the mission. But they don't really know that he's experiencing very drastic hallucination. Which, if you ask me, is an interesting concept, because when we seen Naruto deal with Kurama, it was all internal. We never seen him externally deal with Kurama on a level where he's talking to himself. He's actually having conversations with the person outside of his body. It's always internal with Naruto. So with Boruto, for it to be external, he sees Momoshiki fade away. He tries to chase after him, and that's Boruto. So that part of the chapter ends. And then, hold on, before that part of the chapter ends, that's phase 2. We got Hinata. Y'all know, if y'all watch the anime, y'all see Hinata. She's in Ninja Academy with Kawaki in the anime right now. The anime arc right now is pretty decent. It's I think it's pretty funny. It's not that serious. Yeah, the Boruto anime sucks though. That's a whole nother video. Long story short, Period. Nah, I wouldn't say Period. The main studio of Period, like in-house, I guess you would say. The in-house Period. They nice. They know what they're doing. When it's time for a big episode to be animated, they go out and get the right people. But when there's no manga content, because this manga is monthly, there's no content for the manga, and they're just creating stories, or they're using some of the visual novels, and they're just getting whoever. They be getting whoever to animate some of these episodes. Some of these episodes be looking like I drew the shit, bro. It'd be looking horrible. Not only the visual quality of the people look bad, but also the animation looks bad, and it's just not an enjoyable experience. That's the long story short on the anime. But y'all see Himawari, he might become a ninja. I mean, she might become a ninja. She asked her mom, yo, I was thinking that if I became a ninja, maybe I could help Boruto out a little, or would you worry even more? Which is 50-50 on that. I can see if I'm Hinata, I'm 50-50 on that. I wouldn't want my ninja, I wouldn't want my little daughter to fight. I'm sure Hinata's thinking, I don't want none of my kids to fight. Hinata went through real war. I want to point that out. Hinata went through real war. These kids, they don't really know what war truly is. So I understand why Hinata is crying, and the kids are just like, yo, maybe I can just be there to protect my OG and he fine. Nah. So I'm 50-50 on that for Himawari. I'm sure Hinata feels the same. She's 50-50. Yeah. But let's keep going. Phase 3 of the chapter. And this is, I like this part of the chapter. This shit is crazy. Code, he slips through one of his portals. He brings the old dude. What's his name? Bug? I think his name Bug. And then they go to where the Ten Tails is located, where those monuments are. Where, if y'all remember, Sasuke went to one of the Sasuke went to where the Ten Tails was, right? And then they had the symbols on the wall showing like Otsutsuki, and when you tap one, it'll show up on the stadium, and it's like a training thing. So he tapped one, he got Kinshiki. He tapped one, he got Momoshiki. He tapped one, he got Jigen. Right? That's a long story short. So he goes there. Code goes there, and he's like, "Yep. Long story short, we got to make the Ten Tails smaller and more manageable because yeah, Jigen's dead and Sasuke don't got the Rinnegan anymore, but Boruto and Kawaki could eventually learn how to use space-time ninjutsu. So if they learn how to use it and then find here, then it's dub, it's raps, you know. So we gotta make the Ten Tails more useful. Now, Code goes on to the story where it's kind of like, you know, they're talking about Ada. I like how Code is calm. I think Code is confident. I think Code got humbled by getting his ass whooped by Damon, but I mean after that travel, he just seems calm now, which I kind of like in the manga. I like Code in the manga. In the anime, Code is kind of like a doof. I don't know why. He don't look serious. He don't look like a man. Like, and when I say like a man, I don't mean he look you know, but I'm saying like he look like in the anime, Code looked like a 13-year-old with a growth spurt. He don't look like, you know what I mean, like an 18-year-old. I think he's 18 or 19 or something like that. I think Ada is 18, 19, 17. I think they're all in that range. Code don't look like that in anime. He looks like a doof. But in the manga, he looked like a, you know what I mean, a nice young man. Well, I wouldn't say nice, nigga look mean. But he looked like a young man, you know what I mean? So they get in here. He's talking about how, you know, yeah, Damon with my ass, yeah, Aiden broke up with me, but hey, bro, we gonna get over it, which I respect. He's like, bro, I'm gonna just get over it. I got a plan. I know what I'm gonna do, and once I fulfill it, then we could just deal with it then. Now, this nigga Code does the most craziest shit ever. Code, with his claw marks, wraps around the Ten Tails, he wraps so many claw marks around it to break it, right? Like to break it down like into little limbs. And then with the little limbs, because the Ten Tails is just a ball of chakra, that's pretty much what it is. That's how it was explained in Naruto, and that's how it is now. With that, with those pieces of chakra pretty much on the ground, he could then go and create humanoid figures that are also combined with, I guess you would say, his claw marks. So, long story short, he has an army of I don't want to say Biju, but he's an army of Biju, kind of. Now, I see here, and Code is able to, with the claw marks, he kind of makes an eye over one of them where he can like see, but I don't know if he's controlling this. I don't even know what these are called. Like humanoid Ten Tails. Like that's the best thing I could describe, because it's like they didn't say how much he made from these panels. It looked, if I had to guess, maybe like 40, 50, but we don't know the actual number. But it seems like with the claw marks, these humanoid figures can like travel through the claw marks, and he could, see what they're seeing as well. So he has an army. Now, do I think Code's gonna pull up with this army as soon as possible? Not yet. Like, I don't expect the next chapter we see Code at Konoha with this Biju army. I think Amado, at least Amado is gonna get there first. I think Amado is at least gonna make it to Konoha first. Maybe not. It's hard to say. The reason why I'm 50-50 is because if Damon's there, one, I don't think none of these Ten-Tail Biju humans, I don't know what the fuck you want to call them, I don't think none of these Ten-Tail humanoids are stronger than Code himself. Now, it's still tough to worry about. If he has 50, 60, 70, we don't know how many he got. If this nigga got 100 of them and he ready to move right now, he would be out. But if he only got like 25, maybe 30, and he already got his ass whooped by Damon, I mean, we don't really know how strong Kawaki is compared to Damon. We don't really know how strong Boruto is compared to Damon. That's why I think the next chapter, we're not going to see nothing, because I think there's going to be a chapter where Damon and Boruto and Kawaki and Ada all interact with each other. And depending on those interactions is going to set up the next steps for the story. I don't think Kawaki's really going to bang with Ada or Damon. I don't think Boruto is really open to making new friends like that either. More open than Kawaki, but it's just going to be on some, you know what I mean? I don't think Kawaki's going to respect being pimped out by Konoha, because that's really what's, long story short, that's what's happening. And it's not Naruto's fault. Naruto wasn't in the room to make the call. Like I said earlier, Shikamaru made that call, like, yo, you join us, I'll give you Kawaki, which is kind of weird. See, that's more of it. But yeah, and I mean, that was pretty much the chapter. The end of the chapter, Code made the humanoids, which, when I was first reading, this shit's crazy. I still think this shit's crazy, because he explains a little further, like, hey, now that my limiters are removed, I don't have to worry about how would you say, I don't have to worry about the limitations that my claw marks have. I can make limitless amount of claw marks now that my limiters are removed. So I don't think, even with that fight with Damon, I think Code was just caught off guard with how fast Damon was, how strong Damon actually was. And I think if you give Code some time to plan against Damon, he may be able to win. We just don't know how smart Code is. A lot of people like to say Code is stupid, but you got to remember he was under the essence, I guess you say, of Ada, and he was under the mind influence of, I guess you would say, Jigen and Ishiki. He is very fond feeling over the Otsutsuki, which I'd like to see explored more. I don't think it's time to fight. I think these next few chapters, we're going to get some fights, but it's going to be like sparring fights and shit like that. I don't think we're gonna get any big fights until shit is August. I think November, December, January, where the big fights come in, and it's right before the time skip. That's what I think. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Like I said, it's my name. My name's Almighty Low, Low X Low. Call me what you want. Can't call me broke low. Shout out to my man Tony. If you're new here, subscribe, leave a like. I am going to try to ramp up some more videos. I know I say this all the time, but please understand. I feel like Nintendo, please understand. Okay? Please understand. But I'm going to holler at y'all later. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Bye.